Right then, let's get our hands dirty and talk about a truly vital bit of kit inside your car's engine. Today, we're looking at the oil pressure pump. Think of it as the heart of your engine. Just like your own heart pumps blood around your body to keep everything working, the oil pump circulates oil to all the moving parts of the engine. It's a simple mechanical device, but without it, your engine wouldn't last more than a few minutes. It's responsible for creating the pressure needed to push that life-giving oil into every nook and cranny, ensuring everything stays lubricated and happy. It's a proper hero, this little pump. The main job of the oil pump is straightforward but absolutely critical. It has to suck oil up from the oil pan, which is the reservoir at the bottom of your engine, and then force it under pressure through a network of passages and galleries. These passages lead to all the important components, like the crankshaft, camshafts, and pistons. The pressure is key here. It's not enough to just splash oil around. The pump ensures that a consistent and strong film of oil is maintained between moving metal surfaces, preventing them from grinding against each other. It's a high-stakes job, and the pump does it tirelessly every time you turn the key. So where is this important piece of machinery hiding? Well, you won't see it just by popping the bonnet. The oil pump is usually located deep inside the engine, submerged in the oil it's designed to pump. In most cars, you'll find it at the bottom of the engine, bolted to the engine block, with a pickup tube extending down into the oil pan, or sump. Sometimes it's driven directly by the crankshaft, or it might be driven by the camshaft via a gear or a chain. Its location makes it a bit of a faff to get to, often requiring the engine to be partially disassembled, which is why we want to keep it in good nick. The importance of this pump cannot be overstated. It's the unsung hero that works silently in the background. Without proper oil circulation, the immense friction and heat generated by the engine's moving parts would cause catastrophic failure in a very short time. Metal would scrape against metal, temperatures would skyrocket, and parts would seize up or even melt and fuse together. The result? A completely destroyed engine, which is a massive and expensive problem to fix. So you can see why this little pump, tucked away out of sight, is one of the most crucial components for your car's longevity and performance. Let's dive a bit deeper into how this marvelous device actually moves the oil. Most cars use a gear-type pump, either a gerator or a spur gear design. Imagine two gears meshing together inside a tight housing. As the engine runs, the crankshaft or camshaft turns these gears. When the gear teeth separate on the intake side, they create a vacuum, which sucks oil up from the oil pan through a pickup tube and screen. The screen is important as it filters out any large bits of debris before the oil even enters the pump, preventing any damage to the gears. It's a clever and effective design that is both simple and reliable. Once the oil is drawn into the pump, it gets trapped in the spaces between the gear teeth and the pump's housing. As the gears continue to rotate, they carry this trapped oil around to the outlet side of the pump. On this side, the gear teeth mesh back together, squeezing the oil out of the spaces. This action forces the oil out of the pump's outlet port under high pressure. It's a continuous cycle: suck, trap, and push. This constant flow is what builds and maintains the oil pressure that the engine desperately needs to survive the incredible forces and temperatures it operates under every single day. So why is this pressure so important? Well, think about it. The oil doesn't just need to be present. It needs to be actively forced into the tight spaces between components. These spaces, known as bearing clearances, are incredibly small. The pressure created by the pump is what pushes the oil into these gaps, forming a protective, slippery cushion. This cushion, or film, physically separates the moving metal parts, such as the crankshaft spinning in its bearings. This prevents metal-on-metal contact, which dramatically reduces friction and wear. Without this pressurized cushion, parts would grind themselves to bits in no time at all. Beyond lubrication, this constant flow of pressurized oil plays another vital role. It helps cool the engine. As the oil circulates, it absorbs a tremendous amount of heat from components like the pistons, bearings, and cylinder walls. This hot oil then flows back down into the oil pan, where it can cool off a bit before being picked up by the pump and sent on another journey. This process helps to regulate the engine's temperature, working alongside the main cooling system. So, the oil pump is not just a lubricator, it's a key part of the engine's temperature management team as well. a proper multitasker. Now, while oil pumps are built to be robust, they can and do fail. It's essential to know the warning signs so you can act quickly before your engine suffers terminal damage. The most obvious and alarming sign is the oil pressure warning light illuminating on your dashboard. This light looks like a little old-fashioned oil can. If it flickers or stays on while you're driving, you must pull over safely and turn off the engine immediately. This light means the pressure has dropped to a dangerously low level, and continuing to run the engine is a massive gamble you don't want to take. Another common symptom of a failing oil pump is an increase in engine operating temperature. As we discussed, the oil helps to cool the engine. If the pump isn't circulating enough oil, or any oil at all, critical parts will overheat very quickly. You might notice your temperature gauge climbing higher than usual, especially under load. This is a serious sign that something is amiss. The lack of lubrication also increases friction, which itself generates even more heat, creating a vicious cycle that can lead to severe engine damage if not addressed straight away. You might also hear some rather unpleasant noises coming from your engine. A failing oil pump can lead to a noisy valve train, which might sound like a tapping or clicking noise from the top of the engine. This is because the hydraulic lifters, which help operate the valves, are not getting enough pressurized oil to function correctly. In more severe cases of low oil pressure, you might hear a deeper knocking or rumbling sound from the bottom of the engine. This is a very bad sign, indicating that the crankshaft bearings are being starved of oil and are beginning to fail. Finally, a worn-out oil pump will simply struggle to build up enough pressure. While the warning light is the most obvious indicator, a mechanic can perform a more precise test using a manual oil pressure gauge. If the pressure is low at idle and doesn't increase as it should when you rev the engine, it's a clear sign that the pump itself is worn. The internal gears and housing can wear over time, creating larger gaps that allow oil to leak back, reducing the pump's efficiency. Catching this early during a service can save you from a world of mechanical and financial pain down the road. The good news is that looking after your oil pump is mostly about good, basic car maintenance. The single most important thing you can do is to change your engine oil and filter regularly, according to your car manufacturer's recommendations. Fresh, clean oil is the lifeblood of your engine and your oil pump. Old, dirty oil becomes thick with sludge and contaminated with tiny metal particles. This gunk can clog the oil pickup screen, starve the pump of oil, and cause abrasive wear to the pump's internal gears. A clean filter is just as vital for trapping these contaminants. Using the correct type of oil for your vehicle is also absolutely crucial. Your car's manufacturer specifies a certain viscosity or thickness of oil for a reason. Using oil that is too thick can make it difficult for the pump to circulate it, especially when the engine is cold. This can strain the pump and delay lubrication to the top of the engine on startup. On the other hand, oil that is too thin might not provide a strong enough protective film at high temperatures. Always check your owner's manual and use the recommended grade of oil to keep your pump and engine happy. It's also important to maintain the correct oil level. Always check your dipstick regularly, perhaps every couple of weeks or before a long journey. If the oil level is too low, the pump's pickup tube can suck in air instead of oil. This causes a loss of oil pressure and starves the engine of lubrication, which is incredibly damaging. It's a simple check that takes only a minute but can prevent a catastrophic failure. Make sure your car is on level ground and the engine has been off for a few minutes to get an accurate reading on the dipstick. In summary, the oil pressure pump is a small, hidden component that performs one of the most important jobs in your entire vehicle. It is the heart that tirelessly pumps the essential lifeblood, the oil, to every moving part, ensuring smooth operation, minimal wear, and proper cooling. By following simple maintenance routines like regular oil changes with the correct oil and keeping an eye on your oil level and warning lights, you can ensure this unsung hero continues to do its job effectively. Taking care of your oil pump means taking care of your engine, and that will save you a lot of hassle and money in the long run. Proper job.